Oh, thank you.
And you're on.
Hi, good morning. I am Maria Ortiz, and welcome to our community show. And it's Keeping Up with Maria, and we have right next to me the voice of the valley, Mr. Ken Sondgeroth.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Ken Sondgeroth, and I'm here because Maria told me I had to be here. She actually called me this morning to remind me that I'm supposed to be here.
He listens well.
So here I am, and here we are. We're going to talk about the community and all the things instead of that boring girl you all have been watching for,
I know.
for
Let's just
years.
let's just kind of address
years, right?
address the elephant in the room that there's no more Christy, and she had a good run of it, but it was time to say goodbye, and so they tapped us talent and decided that they were going to go with us for this new show.
Twice the talent for half the price. That's what I heard.
Twice the talent for free.
Free
Free it is. Okay, you guys are like crying right now, but here.
Guys,
Is she
that is not even.
Oh,
We did talk about HB4 community.
Shush.
I mean, there's been a lot of things happening in the few minutes that we've all been sitting here together. These
There
are my
she
two
is.
favorite. I've been waiting for these guys. Every year we get to have, them on the show. They're always entertaining, but today they're going to be a little more reckless, and I'm going to tell you why. These two have kind of semi-retired. So, they've spent many years in the community, many years involved in Cornfest, many years in their own jobs, and now they kind of just get to rest a little bit,
We get to just
extra time.
do things differently, I think, and kind of, as far as I'm concerned, reorganizing my priorities just to do things a little bit differently.
I'm trying to, but
Ken
there's so
likes
many
money.
opportunities to make money out there that you can't just ignore them when they just drive by you.
Ken
This
is all
is true.
about the money, as
Listen,
opposed to,
show me the money never hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about making memories, Ken. Making memories.
This is why I love you two.
Making memories.
So, Ken, let's talk a little bit about where you were, the last time you were on the show and kind of how things have transitioned for you, because you really kind of have a little bit different role, really. Full-time lawyer to maybe part-time lawyer, and then Jessica's come in and you guys have started selling houses. I mean, this is a lot.
Well, we have pivoted a bit. I don't remember when we were here last. Was it last May or
Yep,
June?
we
or
were
something?
here.
About this time.
No, I think
Was
it
it?
was it?
Right at this time?
Closer to Cornfest, maybe?
Keeping Up with
I don't
Christy.
think so. I don't know. I don't remember. But I do know that my office practice has changed a little bit. I'm now just doing probates and trusts. And as part of that, in the probates, you get houses to sell because, people die and nobody, from back east is coming out here.
Got to
So-
figure out what to do with their stuff.
Yeah, and they got to sell it all and everything. So I brought my daughter in, who was a school teacher, and then she became very disillusioned with the administrative process that she was having to deal with. Not the kids; she likes the kids, but
Everybody loves the kids.
yeah, but she decided that she wanted to do more stuff and I thought I was going to actually use her half time for real estate and part time for the office, and then she ended up never got to the office. 'Cause
She's amazing.
We've been doing
All
so
over Facebook.
much
All
work.
over Facebook.
Yes, and she just told me, she sent me a list. She likes to send me lists and things and stuff. Just to
Is
keep
it
me
weird
up
that
to-
she's kind of bossing you around at some point?
No, she doesn't boss. She just likes to give me information, and I generally don't care enough to ask her for information. So she sends me stuff randomly.
She's like, here's your list of
Here,
items.
Dad.
So she sent me her list of 17.
Oh.
17 properties in escrow. And
Really?
We want to be the Vanna White for the escrows,
And
but he said no.
I know. It
her
would be good.
her expectation of commissions off of those 17 properties, which are all going to close by the first week of June. And I'm like, oh, that's so crazy. I don't have enough signs for that. I only had so many signs.
You better level
Third
the
world
signs
problems.
on
I don't have
up.
enough signs.
Yeah, so I told her she has to slow down a little bit, and
Really?
and so she's gone out, and she is now expanding. So I was just selling properties out of my probate, but she's got this whole social media thing going on.
Listen, I am keeping up with Jessica. I am like, what is she posting? She's got all this
Agreed.
stuff. I gotta I gotta post something quick.
Yeah, and then it involves people who want to buy houses and friends that want to buy houses, and so she's doing all this other stuff, and I had to change the commission structure because
like,
she pointed out
"Wow."
to me that I wasn't doing anything on those, and yet I was
Smart
getting,
child,
I was
smart
getting half of
kid.
the money, and I was like, I don't see the problem, and she was like, well, it's a problem.
She's like,
So-
listen, Dad.
Capitalizing off of his own child.
Yes, and now she.
Unbelievable.
So I gave her a little bit more. She gets
Just
a
to
little
keep
bit
her
more off of
quiet.
I
that.
love it.
I let her choose the number. What she doesn't know is that I would have given her a little bit more than what she asked for. But
Jessica!
this is a learning curve for her. And since she doesn't watch this show, it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, I will be tagging her.
Uh-huh.
I will be tagging her on Thursday.
So
Listen,
she's-
we are girl power all the way. You know this.
Absolutely.
So she's doing really well. That's expanding that. I get lots of people telling me, I see your signs all over, because our name is just my name as realtor. And, you know, and then the office is doing really well with the probates, and then we got trust stuff that we're doing. But it's some of it's just too busy for me. I don't want to be that busy.
Well,
I want to be like
that you
Maria.
wanted to be on the golf,
Because Maria's got this
course.
skatey new job where I don't even know what
Breaking
she does.
news!
But
Breaking news!
Breaking news. And by the way, I did go golfing yesterday.
I have not
We
been
went
golfing
Harley
in
riding.
months.
We went Harley riding on Saturday. Golfed on
Look at
Sunday.
this.
Getting the kayak ready to go out to do a little kayaking.
It's so fun.
That's why she's starting to look a little run down. See? That's-
Here we go. Okay.
Listen,
Here
if you
we
start
go.
digging at her, then
Nope,
that means
nope,
we
no,
both
no.
gotta dig at you. Are you sure you want to open this
You
gate?
know, that's okay. You know, it's jealousy. Jealousy.
I got my hair cut this morning
Okay.
just because.
I know. I
And-
said, "Did you get your hair cut for us?"
No, I
He
think
said,
you. I think
yes.
you said, which made me laugh. Did you shave your head? Did you not say that?
I did.
For us? So
He's
you
like,
got a
"No, I
haircut.
cut my-"
You got a haircut. She thought you shaved your head.
Yeah.
All we know is this: there's not a lot of hair up there.
And that's
true.
when he said, you know, age before beauty. She tried to say, and he was like, "Listen,
Not a lot of hair up
I
there.
can't even say what you said. I'm gonna not say what he said."
That's right.
So we do have some breaking news. You
We do.
changed your job, and you are really going into a little bit more of a retirement-ish stage.
It's a little bit more of a laid-back stage. Yes. So I did leave my job after 12 years with Living Waters, only because I wanted to focus on different things. You know, my life is changing. I
Yeah.
have different priorities now.
You're married and in love.
Yeah, and so
And you guys like to travel and you enjoy each other's time.
and he's from Wyoming, so you know what? We are going in July for the whole month of July. We're going to be spending, you know, there in Wyoming. Yeah, and so you know what? Not
There's
having
nothing there. I've
not-
seen pictures.
you know what?
It is a broad expanse
Cowboy
of prairie.
boots and
I will-
It's
sunsets
prairie.
and
There's
I will
not
tell
even a
you.
mountain.
I will tell you what's not there.
But-
You, and that's why I am going. You are not there. We are
I may
going to
loop
Wyoming.
back. I may loop
No,
back.
no, there's no looping back. No
And
looping
I'm gonna
back.
be on
Do
a
not
trip.
come and visit me while I'm out there.
I'm going to be on a trip out to there,
And you know,
then we'll see.
he just has this like fabulous, fun family, and like when you say, "Hey, we're gonna go golfing," all of a sudden like 18 of them show up, and they're like, "We're in," you know. And so yeah, they're a lot of fun. So you know what, we're gonna enjoy life, and I don't have to work weekends. My job. So what I am is what they refer to as a brand ambassador.
Ooh,
And
I like the name.
I know, and I'm in charge of. It's called the We Honor Veterans program, and so I'm just starting to kind of dip my feet into that, so I can take that on for all of our locations, as well as I'm an event planner. So
So Billet Health, which, as most of you know, Sarah works for them as well.
yes,
And how exciting! I mean, you know, I always say you guys are the #1 mom and daughter team. So I am not surprised that when you were ready to transition, that you kind of transitioned this way. So you can really help. I mean, she has big shoes to fill. So you get to now help.
you know what, she's really doing a fabulous job. You know, when she went to NAU and came back, and she would come and work with me in the summertime. Little did I know that I could have saved all that college money and just said, "Hey, come work with me," because
Hey, so you paid for the college experience, Kate.
I paid a lot of money for the experience. It's probably not worth the amount of money that I paid, but that's okay. So I get to work with my daughter every day, and she's kind of like my boss, if you will.
Look
And
at
it's
you two being little bossed around by your children.
by our kids, and truly, it's really a lot of fun.
No,
And
no, I'm in charge. There's nobody bossing me around.
we just let them think that they're in charge.
This might be true.
We just let them.
Yeah.
I will say this: today is my granddaughter's 16th birthday.
And she got a car. Were you guys crying?
One of the granddaughters.
Only when I pulled away,
Oh,
not in front of them. No,
good job. Brave.
just when I pulled away, I said, "Don't wreck it."
So now both of the older granddaughters are driving.
Yes.
You have the little one. She's got a few years ahead of her.
That little one will not. She won't leave home. I guarantee you. She won't be driving. A limousine will be taking
She's
her
like,
around.
listen, I don't really do those things.
She is the princess. She is the baby, and she is the princess. So yeah.
So, you both have
Yes.
jobs. You both
We
have
do.
lives.
We do.
Let's talk about Kiwanis, your journey with them. I mean, you guys have been with each Kiwanis a long time and doing Corn Fest for a very long time.
You've been, what, 34 years?
Something like that. Maybe 35. I don't remember.
Are you at
I came
35?
here in '89.
It's like as old as me almost.
Well,
I'm going to stick with 35.
No. You've only been
Ish.
as long as I've been. I've been a Kiwanian for 22 years, and you're not a day over.
Yeah, you're right.
22.
You're right. That's a long time to service the community. A very long time. I'm, probably, let's say 10 years in, and that's pushing it with like soccer teams and baseball teams, and I'm exhausted.
it
How do you
can be
guys?
exhausting.
Yeah. How do you guys keep your family life, your jobs?
Well,
and
when you're
really
We're,
what
su-
these
we're
require?
superheroes.
when you're
For reals.
when you're
That's no joke.
young, it's what you do, and it's not that big
Yeah.
a deal. I was a referee for AYSO, and I
You
was
didn't know what he was doing.
I used to be like,
well,
oh, Ken's out
they sent me
there.
to camp. They sent me to referee camp, and I went to referee camp. And then they have a certification at the end of the camp, so where you're supposed to show what you know and all that type of stuff.
You're
I
like,
didn't
just
pass.
let me out there.
I didn't
What?
pass. No.
That does that
They
I
still
didn't
have you
pass.
out there?
It was unbelievable. I'm one of the best referees, and for some reason, and I came back, and the guy said, the guy was in charge of the referees.
He's
was
like, "No."
So what happened? And I said, I don't know what happened. I said,
Did you pass your bar exam?
Yeah,
By the way, just asking.
yes. Although I didn't think so the first day, but anyway, but I was in, and I coached my kids, and
Even though you didn't pass?
even though it didn't make a difference. You don't have to be certified to be
No.
a coach. You just have
You
to be
really
green.
learn out there. I mean,
Yeah.
we all get thrown into it, and you're like, oh, holy heck.
Yeah.
Kids are amazing. The parents are a lot of work.
I actually had
Amen.
I ended a game because of a parent. I just picked up
And
the
it was your
ball.
wife?
I picked
Done.
I picked up the ball, and I said, "Game over." I
Not doing
didn't
this.
call her a name or anything. I
His
said,
team
That's
was
good.
his team was
Game
losing.
over. No, I was a referee. Game
Oh.
over. You're done.
Done.
Out of here. See, and then they were all mad. They appealed it to the board, and
Appeal
but
away.
somebody had actually videoed the whole thing. And
Shush
so
it.
they
Were they
ran
like,
that, and it was like,
that he was
see,
in do
see what they
right?
were doing? I said, I don't. got
What were they
proof of
doing?
that."
Come on.
They were harassing.
Screaming and
Yeah, they were
yelling
doing
and
things
being
they weren't supposed to
negative.
do, and they were doing a lot of it. And I had warned them, and I told them, don't do that. This is fun for the kids. Let's have a good time out here. And they were just like all negative and everything, and that was it. I was done. It was hot, and I was done.
Are you like one of those people who think that everybody should get a trophy?
No.
Okay,
No.
just you are.
I'm sorry.
No,
Oh,
you
when
are.
everybody gets
No,
a
because
trophy.
you're way
I
too
love
competitive.
them.
You're way too competitive.
Well,
to
listen,
think
we are
that
the
everybody-
winners, but I think the other kids should get trophies.
No, those are
No.
loser trophies, and that is the last thing you want.
I did have
I
a
agree.
problem when I was on all the fields or courts, making sure even if they were like 3, we kept score. We knew who was winning or losing.
Oh yes, always keep score.
Yes.
My most interesting AYSO story is the year that I was coaching my daughters.
What age group?
She would have been 10, around 10 or so, 10 or 9. So that little.
So
group
you
there.
10, you 12,
Yeah,
and then
something
possibly.
like that. Yeah. No, it wasn't that 10 because I remember the other little girls that were running. Because my daughter was special. She's a special soccer
superstar.
player.
What does that mean?
Well-
She's gonna watch this
Either
and go. When you
special
say
means-
She knows this story.
A special
I know
she knows the story.
superstar or means snack lover.
Well,
so
No, she couldn't run very well.
so he made up a
I made
position
a
for.
position for
That's
her.
right.
I made her a half
I know the
line,
story.
half line.
half-life.
Half line. Her job was to be on the half line and run back and forth and make sure the
Genius.
ball didn't cross
That's
from the
fair.
other team, right?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know
defense.
why it isn't a position because
Should
it's
be.
a great position. And so then she just had to run back and forth instead of up and down. And
Just-
so
yeah.
Did she excel at half line?
She did. She did. My entire team excelled because that year I had this team that was
You had multiple half
coached
lanes.
by a couple of women,
Ooh.
and they were undefeated. Undefeated. And we came into the.
Does Haley?
I don't
happen
know
to
who
be
they
one of
were.
the coaches?
No, I don't know. But they were mean.
Haley and them were. I mean, they were
There-
serious.
there were
team.
two of them, and
Whenever I had to go
they
against
coached
them,
to
I was
win.
like, "Oh
Yes,
man!"
and
we
they were
better be ready.
undefeated, and they were very snotty about it.
It was Haley.
And so we.
She was
Who's
amazing.
Haley?
So at
Martin.
the end of the season, they do their little tournament,
Yeah.
and so we were doing the tournament, and so my gals, we were in the tournament, we're playing, and we lost like the first or second game, so we're in the losers bracket. You got to come up to the losers bracket.
I love when the losers take out the
So
winners.
yes,
Oh.
so this was all happening the week before, and then so Saturday comes along, and we have to win the first game at 9 o'clock to move to the next game at 11 o'clock, and then that's the championship game, and you have to beat the unbeaten team because they beat everybody.
Yes.
And then if we beat them in that game, we have to beat them in the 1 o'clock game. So we have to go back to back. So that's 3 games they have to play, and I'm thinking,
we're never going to make
how's
this.
that going to work? And so my girls, they were very fresh. And I had one little girl who was just a superstar. She was.
Love that kid.
She was the one who.
Who
did
is it? Who
the-
is it?
I don't remember. I just know she was. I just remember her.
You knew that you had
because
a chance
that
because of her.
that was the linchpin. Everybody else were kind of like, okay, you all can play, but this is the one who
Do what she does.
So we ended up. So we won the first game. So now we get to play this team, and they thought they were just so hot.
Yep, they
Because
usually
they
do.
were undefeated, and
They
they were
go
like,
in with their heads so big.
and I'm like, all right, you bitches going down. So that's what we did.
Watch your
We
mouth.
won that first game,
I love it.
and they were so upset that they lost.
And at the
now
second
and then
game,
they
though.
had to come back and come to the next game. Well, my girls were wiped out because they'd played 2 games that day, and the other team they'd only played 1.
Oh.
And we
But were
beat
you
them.
like, we just won. We're not going home.
Yeah.
Did you give them that talk?
No.
Oh.
I gave them the
I'll buy you a pizza when
here
we're done.
here is your hamburger.
What did I tell you?
Rest. And then I said, and you little girl, my superstar,
Yes.
who played forward and made all the scores and everything. I said, we are not playing to win. We are playing to tie. Because
Ooh.
as soon as we have tied them in the end, we will beat
get
them
to
in
go.
the shootout. Right?
Yeah, genius.
Huh?
Genius.
So I said, guess where
Took
you're
the
playing?
pressure off.
Guess where you're playing, superstar? In the goal. And I put her in the goal.
Was she
I
like,
made her goalie.
what?
She was like all up for it. She was like,
I'd get a break.
because she was tired.
She's
She
like,
was
yeah,
I
I
get
get
to
a break.
stand there.
And nobody's getting
like,
a ball in there. With that
No.
kind of a girl, it is
And
not
she
happening.
did it. We shut them out. And we went to the
You
shootout.
won all 3?
Huh?
Wow.
Well, the shootouts are intense
So we
because
went to
now
the shootout.
you have
Yeah,
one
5
girl,
girls.
one girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going back and forth and everything.
And you won.
And we won.
And then you got to go to Vegas.
No.
Oh.
They went home. They went home.
Well, the next
No, but we
tournament
won.
is usually get to go to Vegas.
And
then.
we won. Well, I don't know. We won our tournament, and that was the end of the season. And that other team was
Mad.
just so.
High
They were
five.
butthurt.
And I bet you
And I'm
deemed
like-
yourself the best
Uh,
coach ever.
Strategy.
That was this whole strategy. It wasn't.
Yes.
That's it.
You
I
took the pressure off them
out-strategized
to win. You just
Yes.
made it an even kill.
Yeah. I said, just keep kicking the ball in half line, girl. You
are
make sure.
amazing.
Have fun. Yes.
So
I
anyway,
love
that was
this.
my big, the only big thing I've ever done with coaching. So but
Nice.
it was good. Then I retired. Well, no.
From coaching.
Well, I had a son then, but he was
Ah,
a daisy
that-
Hey,
picker.
when they go off to high school and you don't really have to coach anymore or do any of that, you're like, whew, thank goodness gracious.
Nick
I
was
am
not a
so
Nick
glad.
was not a daisy picker.
He was
We used to go to all his football games. He was, you know
when
what?
he played
That was
football, but when he played soccer, he was a daisy picker. He was just like not.
fun. Well,
into
then
any
maybe
of
you
that
should have
stuff.
created
Listen,
a position
I had
for
a
him.
soccer star and I
No.
had a snack soccer girl. We just took the snack soccer girl off the field because I'm like, listen, you cannot be embarrassing me out there.
See,
Not gonna happen. Sorry.
gotta be competitive.
She became a dancer.
She's like anything to be away
Yes.
from my mom.
Well, the cool thing kind of about this is you said, oh, we've watched him on football games. And I think what happens when you are in a club like Kiwanis or Rotary, your families become those people,
Intertwined.
right? Everything
do.
you do together.
They
You're,
do.
Absolutely.
you're doing events together. You start to hang out together. You start to go to support each other's kids.
We spent 10 years going to Mexico. All the Kiwanians.
Really?
Yeah, going to Mexico to Puerto Penasco
Taking
and
a
going
break?
to the RV park down there for a week.
Aw.
10 years we did that until they blew up Mexico, but
Then you just don't go.
we don't go anymore. But yeah, it was one of those things, and yeah, it does. All of my familial friends have come from Kiwanis,
Yeah.
primarily.
Heck, you were at Sarah's wedding.
Was I?
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were, and your
were.
wife.
Well, I kind of learned that from hanging out with Gene and Sherry. They always say, like, Christy, it wasn't work back then. We
No.
literally all did it together. We all enjoyed each
Yeah,
other. We
just fun.
all, went
Yeah.
to kids' sports events. We did all that. Like, you become a family
Yeah.
who supports the community and helps raise
And
money
the
for
kids.
that.
And so that's what the whole Corn Fest thing is about, is building for the community, because we give out lots of
segue.
money. I mean, we gave out
Yeah.
$42,000 last year.
Before
to the
we talk
community
about that,
group.
I really want So when you walk into the Corn Fest and you see all these amazing things happen, and you see people running around, you see people working hard, but that, I think people who are not in clubs kind of envision that that's the hard work, that's the spot, right? But the truth of the matter is this happens long before the planning, the getting things together, getting people organized, all of that is really consumes Kiwanians' lives.
And they just had their very first meeting, I want to say like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Our very first Corn Fest meeting. So
Can we talk a little bit about the pressures kind of that and making sure the events don't work and how you guys...
there is no pressure for Ken and I. We breeze through life.
Maybe at this point, but
Yeah.
let's
See,
go back.
it's all about attitude. It's about what you're trying to accomplish and knowing that no matter what happens, it's better than what you were doing before.
Truth.
So, the very first year when we did Corn Fest and brought it back, we made $5,000. But it was just a one-day event. It was just like, does the community really want to support this? And,
Yeah.
and then it was. And so then we expanded. And now we make, a lot of money. But it's like one of those things that people are concerned about, well, we have to make more money or we have to do this. No, we don't.
No.
All we have to do is put on a nice event
Yeah.
that doesn't stress too many people too much, and that the community comes out and enjoys and knows is going to happen and looks forward to and everything. And that's kind
I
of my
love it.
attitude from that standpoint. I don't want to make $1 billion.
pressure.
I just want to make a few dollars.
Yeah, and
I want to make
$45,000 is a lot of money.
well. That's
And
and
a
that's
lot went back to...
the kid. I mean,
kids,
different
yeah.
kid groups or different.
So I think that's one thing that I've really enjoyed. I'm always out of town at baseball for Corn Fest, so I do not get to do much with it. But I always enjoy the record keeping that happens after, because what you see is that it is really kid based. So they come in, the baseball teams, what's all the other groups? Like tons of groups from really
Wrestling team, the ROTC,
football team,
softball team. I mean, they all work
dance groups,
to
choir
make the money
groups.
that
Yeah.
they make.
All the kids that are out there working are
So
working
they
there
come and
for
invest
that.
their time. I mean, they are there helping to set up. They are there helping to clean up. They are there running the scary house. And what they get to learn from that is that it's not just these kids going out and asking for money. They get to work. They get to understand. And then they get a really decent amount of donations back to their clubs.
Right. So like AOBI, over the last couple of years, we partnered with them because, they're a trade group. And so, we had our old men.
Yeah.
When I say old men, they're older than me. So they're old.
Younger than me.
Yeah. What?
I like the young
Older
one.
than
I'm really kind of excited right now.
Okay,
They were-
so
they
how
were
old are you?
building.
Okay, how old
They
are
were
you?
What?
No,
What?
how old are you?
What?
Yeah, how old are you?
He was trying to say that she's
No,
older
just because
than
we had this
him.
whole conversation. He's saying that I'm older than him.
I did not say you were older.
You
I
said-
said you looked older.
That is once
There's a
again.
difference.
Listen,
There's a difference.
I do not look older than you. You are so rude.
Take it back.
There you go. Hello.
Have you not seen
See?
her lately?
Look at me.
40
Look at
years
me.
ago.
Hair blowing in the wind.
Oh my God, I love
That
you,
was
Jeff.
good, Jeff. That was good.
That was hysterical.
I'm 61.
You're older than
Look
me.
at
Of course I'm older than you, but
You're
I don't
doing a
look
great
older
job.
than
You
you.
look older than me.
I see.
You know what?
Can we get a little, hopefully they'll chat.
There we
No,
go.
that
There we
is
go.
not. That is not.
That is how my grandchildren perceive me.
No. Can you get the picture of that little guy from Up with the little balloons going up in the air with the big old glasses? That's Ken. That is what I need. You
I
are
love it. That's awesome.
You're
That's
lucky.
awesome.
You're lucky I have thick skin.
Well, yeah, you do have thick skin, and
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
it's a good
No,
thing you
but
found a
it's
man
great.
to take care of you because
Oh, no, here we go.
I am a lot of work. I just
Listen, friends.
according to Ken.
Listen, you can't help that you're amazing and people gravitate towards you.
There you
Cute
yeah.
men at that. I mean, let's go.
was she talking about me?
No. No, she's talking about that little awesome
Handsome.
blue-eyed,
Yeah, oh, he's so cute.
gray-haired guy.
He's old too.
so cute.
He's old too.
He looks younger than you.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
Listen, Ken, you look as old as you want to look.
Let me explain something to you. That man wakes up 7 days a week, and I mean,
Wakes up? I hope
I know.
so.
7
What?
days a week, and works out every
I was
single
gonna
day.
say, how does he start his morning out? I'm a little scared where this might be going.
No, he works out he works out in the morning, and he works
He has
out in the
to.
evening.
That's a lot of pressure for
He
you,
has to.
Maria.
You know-
Then you got to work out all the time too.
Well, I'm telling you, he's a good motor. I mean, I've always Peloton for the
Yeah,
last
you
couple
have.
of years, but you know what? Like he'll get up and go run 3 miles.
Listen, I thought I could Peloton until I see your guys' post, and I'm like, these people have lost their mind. They're like the CrossFitters. I mean, 20 miles just because you want to? I mean, what is wrong with these people?
That's crazy.
I heard that there's a spin studio coming to town,
I heard that too.
and I am like,
You're in it?
sign me up.
The music
yes,
music
sign me up.
Can you
I wanna-
imagine what your buns will look like after that?
Amazing, even more so than
That's
what they are now. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, let us just talk about this. So I
Jeff, will you
also,
pull up the Business Women Alliance? It's the purple one.
oh well, thank you.
Let me
Jeff.
get that one. Hold
So
on.
this is really exciting because this started as a women's group with Bullhead Chamber,
Correct.
and it kind of started a little small, kind of getting women together once a month for lunch, kind of, and just really a group. Well, it's really grown into something amazing. It's really become the safe place for local business women, whether you own business or are employed, to kind of stress the stresses of being a woman and being in a man's world. I mean, this is the truth.
Well, hold it.
You're not invited.
No.
You're not invited. I mean,
Under the
wo-
latest Title
women
IX
like,
regulations.
women-like feelings you have.
No regulations.
Under the latest Title IX regulations, if I just
Title
identify as a
IX.
woman, I am considered a woman, and you can't
Yeah,
discriminate against me.
you're-
So when
yes.
is this event? Because I'm going to come.
Listen,
think
and
that
I will
you
have
should.
I will have a full outfit for you to wear
Yes.
when you come.
Well,
We support all women of any kind. So you guys are actually putting on the first evening one.
We are. So yeah, let me take a look. It's at 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, May 23rd. It's going to be our first evening, and it's just going to be a good time. Get together, all the same women that meet every once a month on that last Thursday of the month. Just kind of bring your business card. Let's
You
kind
do
of
not
hang
have
out.
to be a chamber member.
Your first visit, you do not have to be a chamber member. I think that the goal is at some point in time that you join the chamber and you take advantage of all the benefits of being a chamber member. But we're really looking forward to this event. We've got some good food, some good drink, and so we're just inviting everybody to come on down. If you can't make this, then look for us on Facebook. We meet once a month at the Chamber of Commerce, and we always have a guest speaker. And the guest speaker is typically a woman. And
what? What is that?
Listen,
maybe
there's lots
maybe
of
we could have your
women
daughter
clubs.
come out and talk to us about all the things. I mean, because your daughter's pretty incredible. I mean, she
Yeah.
has to work with you. Makes her super incredible.
That's true.
She is super incredible.
Yep, she
I
is.
taught her everything she knows.
don't know.
I instilled her with the
don't know.
habits, the work habits.
Let me
that-
call your wife.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey, listen,
see what
I
she
am
thinks.
the number one thing that you will hear me say when you're talking about children. It is the examples that are led by parents that can make or break a child's, how they impact the world.
Absolutely.
And you guys are great at that. To have people of service so many years to be involved, hard workers. I mean, it really goes to show. Your girls are perfect examples of why you guys worked hard to lead the example, to head the pathway, and look at them now.
I wanted them to work hard and build their own life so that when I get to my 80s, I'll have someplace to go and they'll take care of me.
That's genius.
So, do you
all
think
part
that?
of
Do you?
it.
Let me ask you this: Do you
all
think
part of
that?
the
Do you
thing.
think that your daughter will take care of you when you are?
Absolutely. My daughter and my son, I'm splitting my time between them. I've told them already.
Where
I
does your
said-
son live? Is he the one that lives in California?
Yes, he's in Camarillo.
He's such a good kid.
And you could come back and forth.
Yeah,
you can
during,
swing,
yes, the
hot,
good
cold.
times. Yeah, and I
Genius.
don't care. I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna. It doesn't matter what they say. I told them I'm showing up with a suitcase.
Listen,
I took care of you when you were,
Showing up with
unable
Ken.
to do anything, and now you're gonna take care of me when.
Are they
I'm
going to take
at
care of
my
you
age.
when it's time to, wipe your butt and do all those things when you're?
Absolutely, I wiped their butts.
listen.
Just
he's
asking.
gonna call his hospice friends at that point.
Which
Like
you'll be
Jessica's
in
got
hospice.
the connections too.
I'll be.
You'll be in hospice, so
Listen,
you'll know.
Your bed will be set up right next to mine, and we'll
They'll
be
be like,
we'll
"Put
be
that
doing
in
this.
the
We'll be doing this right here.
office.
You know, Ken, I never liked you. You know, Maria, you're ugly.
Hey, when I first started Kiwanis, everybody was like, Ken is really going to be
Oh,
grumpy
yeah.
with you. And I was like, oh, give me a break. Like, I have dealt with Kens in the world. And then I talked with Ken, and I was just like,
I'm such a nice
Ken's
guy.
amazing.
Yes, I'm a nice guy. I don't know why people think that I'm not.
Well, you're
Probably
very
because you're not.
serious.
No,
You're
I'm
very serious sometimes. I like your serious humor.
I just tell
People just don't
the way
get
it
him.
is.
People don't get it.
I'm a
He's
straight
really-
shooter.
Now, Maria, I came across her, and I was like, oh, I'm in love with you. It's like stars.
She's
like,
just a
we're the
talker.
same person.
We are the same person.
She's very excited.
We are. No, you know what? And let's talk about this.
She's a
about,
typical salesperson. That's all she is. Salespeople have a particular persona.
and I'm good at what I do.
It doesn't matter whether you're good at it or not.
Okay.
You're
Listen,
just a-
haters gonna hate. You know what I'm saying?
It's just the sales personality. I've met them. I know them. I have several others in my life, and
Put
they're
them in
just
jail.
I've
at
lawyered for
times it's
them.
like, oh my gosh, they just talk and talk and talk.
Well,
Oh,
listen, if
good,
we
like-
call you for a lawyer needs, just answer the phone. This is most important.
Oh, yes.
What we
Yes.
want to get across today, okay?
Yes, I will say this about Kiwanis. Let's just
Okay.
talk about when you first started in Kiwanis. I feel like after 22 years, and he's been at it a lot longer than I have.
34, 35, something.
You know,
Crazy.
we just eventually turned into this really small group that we were just the ones. There was about 10 or 12 of us that just did everything. You know, just one after one event. And it's so nice to see our group growing. We have so many newbies in there, and it's amazing because, quite frankly, you know, putting on the Corn Fest and doing all those things that we have done for a number of years, being able to take a step back and watch these young kids, you know what, not just do it, but I feel like sometimes do it better. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, their
Different
ideas.
Well, sometimes they make mistakes.
Different opportunities for them. Well, the
Yeah,
poker runs
sometimes.
that the guys
Poker
are doing
runs.
right now, right?
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Oh,
They are.
amazing.
And
That's
it's really
crazy.
where Kiwanis, and I think a lot of the clubs are starting to learn to adapt to what is working now and not so stuck in what worked then.
Correct. And so I think that sometimes for us to take a step back and to let them, you know, take the leadership role, and we just kind of sit back and just go, yeah, they're doing good, you know.
Well, that happens when you reach the upper echelons of
Is that where we're at?
of the group. Yeah, because
We're the
there's
upper
nobody ahead of
echelons.
us. All the other people are dying off. I mean, if you look at how many people ahead of us that are in their 70s and 80. No, it's true.
I know.
Rita Brown died.
Rita.
Oh, can we
yeah.
talk about Rita Brown?
Oh, yes.
Sure.
When I came in, she was also my first. She said, sit by me. And I was just like, oh, you're amazing.
She's like,
So
it'd be
kind.
like such an honor. So, with all the money that we raise, we are giving out scholarships.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and I was part of the scholarship committee. Karen Dahlman runs the scholarship committee every year, and she is also our
Also
president.
amazing, yep.
And so, you know what? This is the first year that I want to say in years past, we'd get maybe 5 or 6 applications, you know, 7, 8. And I literally was part of a team who went through 35, probably a little bit over 35 applications.
That's a lot.
This just a couple weeks ago. But what I wanted to say is that we do have we're going to be giving out the first Rita Brown inaugural scholarship. I think it's going to be a $2,500 scholarship.
It's amazing.
And so the things that we're looking for is obviously we're going to be looking for a kid who's a good student, but the focus on the Rita Brown scholarship is the community service aspect of it.
Yeah.
Somebody who really loves their community, keeps on giving back to their community, and it's going to be really hard to
Am I
pick.
right in saying that she was one of the first women?
She was the first woman, wasn't she, Ken?
In our club?
Uh-huh.
No. She was second. There was a different.
First in
Just
my
say
heart.
yes to me.
But I'm just saying. I happen
Okay,
to know a
one of
little
the-
bit about the history because
So one of the first
I've been around.
in our area
Yes.
to join.
Yes. Yes. One of the first.
And she was a Kiwanian for a crazy amount of years.
Yeah, she was.
50 years. I don't know.
Forever.
Forever. But it
But,
just goes
but her
to
legacy
show.
lives on. You know
Yeah.
what? Her legacy lives on. I think that
Would I be
she was-
eligible for that?
No, God no, Lord no. Listen,
Community service.
listen. If you
Good student. I was a good student.
the difference between you and Rita is that we would come up with the money in order to provide this scholarship. If you, yes, if you could just put it inside your will that you will pay for us, we'll do anything for
that
you.
would be so nice.
You know, well, you could do that. I mean, there are some people who have done that in this community. So, if anybody needs a will because they want to leave
Oh, here we
a
go.
bunch of money
The
to the
endless plug.
Kiwanis, I will
I will
be
assist
happy
you
to
in
do
that.
that for you.
Well, guys, I am so happy to have you here.
Oh, we're
today.
not done.
Oh,
We